I have been playing a ton of Black Ops 6 Zombies since launch, and in that time I have found 4 of what I think to be the best weapons in this game. 2 of these weapons specifically for high round running, and the other 2 specifically for helping you get through the Terminus Easter egg and boss fights. And we're going to start with the high round guns, and the first of those guns is actually the LR762 sniper rifle. It might not look like it, but this gun, when PackAPunched, is an absolute monster in game, as it basically turns into a cannon, and I mean that literally. Think Mustang and Sally in a sniper. It's basically the modern equivalent of the Scavenger. It's absolutely ridiculous when PackAPunched. But before taking this in game, we are going to look at the attachments that I run on this gun. For the optic, I have the K&S red dot. It's the only red dot I actually have unlocked for the gun right now, and it just kind of does the job. I think the muzzle slot on this sniper is probably the most useless. You can run the suppressor for more salvage, but again, I don't really think it's that useful, as you can only have 8 slots. There's 9 attachment places, and when I get rapid fire unlocked, that is absolutely going to be taking one of those spots. And again, I just don't think the muzzle is that important. In the barrel, I have the reinforced for extra damage range and bullet velocity. I don't actually know if these affect too much in zombies, but I don't know, I see green arrows on them, I'm taking them. It's as simple as that. Again, precision handguard is not the most useful attachment here, but this is what comes with the blueprint, so I've just kind of left it on, and it seems to be doing a pretty decent job here. Now, for the first important attachment, we have extended mags 2. This is going to give you 10 rounds at base, and when PackAPunch, you're going to be getting upwards of 20 bullets a magazine, which is very, very good for this weapon. In the rear grip, we have the assault grip for extra sprint to fire speed. When I get CQB unlocked, this is absolutely what I'm going to be running for the slide to fire speed and sprint to fire speed. You're going to be doing a lot of these in game, and I just think this is like a no-brainer attachment when it's unlocked. In the stock section, I have the light stock for hip fire, movement speed, and strafe movement speed. All of these are very good and play right into the gameplay style you're going to have with this sniper in game, so I just feel like, again, it's kind of a no-brainer. And lastly, we have the steady aim laser for the extra hip fire spread. That's the attachments. So let's go see what it can do in game. All right, we've got the LR sniper rifle in game. So now looking at like just base damage to a zombie headshot, we're dealing 1,065 damage, which is a ton of damage. I mean, it is a sniper rifle, so you would assume it's going to be putting out huge numbers immediately, but this thing gets properly strong once we start getting PackAPunch on it and we start increasing the rarity. But like I said, straight away, that 1,000+ damage immediately is huge for a gun in this game, because zombies, especially the manglers and the elites themselves in general, are very tanky. This gun is super good at taking them out up until like round 45, 50. I think actually until round 45, if you shoot a mangler in its cannon and then in the head, it's a 2-shot kill, I believe up to round 50. So like, again, very, very strong gun. And as you can see here, it is also pretty good at taking down multiple zombies if you can aim, where I clearly can't. Jesus Christ, I have just got to round 50 with this gun to level it up. I promise you, I know what I'm doing. It's better than I'm making it look, I promise. Alright, round 7, and we've got like a good group of zombies behind us, and I do finally have the points for PackAPunch to show you just what this gun's ability is like. Yes, it is a low round, but I just want to show it off into the higher round stuff. I did also get a green rarity on the gun as well, just to boost up the damage a little bit. But as you can see, there's a good group of zombies right here. I'm just going to shoot right at their toes, like not even at them, and you can just see it just annihilates groups of zombies, like so much. It is explosive, so you do have to be pretty careful of not hurting yourself, because as you can see, that is a very large blast yield. You will down yourself with this gun if you aren't careful, which is why when I've got the points, I'm actually going to go and buy PhD so I don't blow myself up. You also really want to make sure, if you are in and around this part of Liberty Falls, stay away from the cars, because as you can see, the gun is so strong, it can just like one-shot them. So I advise maybe just, maybe not playing around with this up here, because like I said, you will absolutely accidentally down yourself with this gun, because it is stupidly strong. Another thing as well, I have forgot to mention, all of the guns we are going to be covering today do actually have their own wall buys on both Liberty Falls and Terminus. And for this gun, the wall buy is right up here. If we jump over these 2 zombies, it's right here on this wall buy across from the zip line. Mine's actually blue rarity. It's actually probably a better version of this gun already. But as you can see, this thing is just an absolute monster of a weapon in game. So I'm going to get this thing leveled up. I'm going to start going through the rounds, and we're going to show you what this thing can do on round 50. Okay, I've just hit round 55, and I thought I'll take you through like what a round 55 might look like if you are using the LR762. Now, I'm not going to lie, I would only recommend using this gun at a higher round if you are pretty confident in your own ability, as things can get pretty hectic. Now, I am going to turn on the trap, as like I said, things do get very hectic, and this isn't your crowd killer. This isn't going to be your like all-in-one kind of gun. I am going to specifically use this for manglers and then killing any stragglers and any like just annoying zombies that might just beat up my ass when I'm trying to train things around. Because I do currently have the jet gun in my inventory, because I do think it is a very, very good weapon to have for high round runs. Even if you're only going to like around 50, I still think this is a very good weapon to have. It's very strong, kills pretty much anything. To be fair, just like this, like one shot to a mangler's head breaks his helmet, exposing his crit spot. You're doing big damage to him. That explosion is so goddamn aggressive and so loud. And then we just... Like I said, it's not the most easiest gun to use in terms of killing regular zombies, because you do get that like weird stun on yourself when you shoot it. Like there's a moment where like you can't really move, you can't really sprint. Even though like it will do a job against these guys, it will kill them, and it will deal mega amounts of damage to them. I still don't think it's like the weapon you want to be using to be your main crowd killer. Because like it's pretty slow, it stuns you in the process, and like it can be pretty dangerous, which is where we have the jet gun to suck up all of the regular zombies like so. Makes life so much easier. I honestly actually think the LR762 is going to be one of those guns that's much better at getting you to around 50 rather than keeping you alive at around 50. Like, even though you are going to do stupid amounts of damage to manglers and you're going to kill them with like 2 or 3 bullets at max, and you can still kill good crowds of zombies with only a handful of bullets, just the playstyle with this is so much harder than it is with like the ray gun or the Mustang and Sally or like any of the shotguns, whatever else. Like, it's definitely a much more like tactical gun, if you will. You've actually got to think about what you're doing a bit more rather than just running around in a circle, because if you get yourself trapped, you are dying. But as you can see, it does do the business against these guys. I just think you're going to have to utilize your wonder weapon of choice a hell of a lot more when it comes to killing regular zombies. Like, we aim at the ground, we get the stun. It does 25,000-ish damage, 34 non-crit. And then you hit them. Oh, actually, I can't hit him in the crit because his helmet's still on. 70,000 damage to a crit spot on a mangler is pretty big damage, I'm not gonna lie. But again, I'd only recommend using this gun if you are someone who is like pretty confident in their ability, because it's not the easiest weapon to use, but it is very good when you get it down. The second high round gun we're going to be looking at, I actually don't have unlocked right now, as I have just prestiged, but it's the GS45 Pistol. This is your Mustang and Sally in this game, and it is so goddamn good. You honestly don't really need a whole ton of attachments on this gun, as you can see from what I use, and the attachments I do actually use are the steady aim laser for hip fire accuracy, extended mag just for more bullets, rapid fire for increased fire rate, and I believe the CQB off the top of my head is like sprint to fire and slide to fire speed for this gun as well as the sniper. I could be mistaken, but again, I don't currently have this gun unlocked to actually look into the stats of the attachments yet. A really simple build for this one, but it's so good in game. So with that said, let's go see what it can do. Now, at the absolute base of its ability, the GS45 Pistol is going to be putting out 104 damage, which actually isn't bad for a pistol. You could easily use this gun without PackAPunching it, just using like the rarity upgrades to get your headshot kills for your camos and whatever else. You can still get critical kills with the PackAPunch, Mustang and Sally, but it is much harder. But like, this gun does put out like a decent bit of damage, and one of the best things about it is both Liberty Falls and Terminus, there is a wall buy where you can then get your custom blueprint GS45. So now we have our akimbo green tier, so we've skipped the tier of salvage upgrades. Now all I need to do is get the points, get this PackAPunched, and we can see just what this thing can do. All right, we finally got the points, which means we can come over here, grab ourselves a little bit of Sally and Fourth, as it's called in this game, but really it's Mustang and Sally. Now, once again, I would highly recommend you go and get PhD as soon as possible, because you know, That's gonna happen if you're not careful, and you really don't want to be in the middle of all of that because, well, you'll die. But as you can see, I mean, it's round 8, but this thing is just, I'm not gonna shoot you. This thing is just a menace. It will obliterate any regular zombie, like armored zombies, heavily armored zombies, no matter what. Easily until after health cap, which I believe is like round 50 in this game, I want to say. Very, very strong weapon. And now all that's left to do is just grind out the rest of these rounds, get to round 50, and show you what I can do at the higher rounds. And I just, ow. Definitely got to get yourself PhD. All right, it's now round 51, and I still have the GS45 pistols in my inventory. Now, I'm not going to lie, from about round 45 onwards, these guns haven't really been my main zombie dealing weapon. I've actually been using the jet gun because I'm actually doing my high round strat for this because, you know, things get a bit difficult. So basically, what I'm using Mustang and Sally for here is specifically for the manglers. I actually think having Mustang and Sally is much better for high round running than the ray gun is, because Mustang and Sally kind of acts as what the ray gun does anyway. You know, big splash damage, single target damage, it can do all that, but you have the added benefit of having napalm burst on your gun. So, I would also typically have the trap running as well, but I do kind of want to show off what the gun can do. So as you can see, it's still very, very easily dealing with zombies as well as the manglers at this round. Big crowds of them. You take them down super easily. And you've also got the mobility of pistols with these things, which is also great. It's like, even single target damage, it's still good. Yeah, alright, you are using quite a bit of ammo, and you don't have tons of ammo to deal with when it comes to the Mustang and Sally. But it's not too big of an issue to deal with, because you take down a mangler, and every single mangler you kill is going to drop you 10 ammo for your gun, which I just picked up. So I've now got 40, trying to do maths, 52 rounds in total there in my gun, which is actually very, very good. So what I'll do now is not grab the nuke. We'll come around here, bit of safety from the manglers, suck up all the zombies with the jet gun, which, by the way, I do think is like the best wonder weapon in this game. Like, it's so good. I also grabbed an insta-kill there, which is kind of unfair right now, I'm not gonna lie. But with that insta-kill, we are just gonna basically run straight to a mangler, one-shot them, blow up some zombies, super easy. Like, this gun is ridiculously good. I am actually gonna wait for the insta-kill to run out just so we can really see what it can do, because like I said, mainly at this round I'm not using this as my main zombie killing gun. It's filling up the position where the ray gun would typically do, which is like my mangler, my elite killing gun in general, because it just has that much damage output. So again, actually, do you know what, we won't use it to kill those this time, so we will use it for a regular old horde of zombies. And of course all the manglers respawn right in front of me. Like, it's still doing crazy good damage to just big hordes of zombies, killing them all effortlessly, killing single target enemies effortlessly. My only issue I have with this gun is it doesn't stun enemies when you shoot them. Mainly like regular zombies. The super sprinters, it doesn't stun them. They keep running at you just as fast, even though you're blasting them with like 4 or 5 rounds from Mustang and Sally. Can be a bit frustrating, but it's not like the end of the world, really. Now, ideally as well, if you are using this for a high round run, you will have the trap going at the beginning of a round like this, which will kill like 75% of the regular zombies. I just decided to turn it off to show you like a round without it. And then we go straight into killing him. I have run out of ammo, which is a little frustrating, because like I said, I have been mainly using it as just kind of like my all-around gun this round, which I wouldn't usually do. There's no ammo on the ground, but I got plenty of points. We run over here, we buy some ammo. Take that mangler out, napalm burst, and the gun doing its business. Take him out, easy peasy. Take him out. Look at that. Like, the damage this thing does with napalm burst on round 51 is 10 times the amount you're going to be doing with a ray gun. Like, it's such a better weapon, in my opinion, than what the ray gun is, which is wild to say because, like, the ray gun's a wonder weapon, but nope. Pistol's him. It's a really good weapon. Now we've looked into the guns that are good for your high round runs. Let's look into the guns that are going to be good for the Terminus Easter egg and boss fight, and also probably any future Easter eggs when they are released. And the first gun we're going to be looking at, I'm sure you've probably all seen everyone already talk about this. It is the ASG89 shotgun, semi-automatic shotgun, I should add as well. And this is the build I currently run, and it is an absolute beast for me. I have just just under, I think, 10,000 kills with this gun. If we can look into the, yeah, I've just under 10,000 eliminations with this gun so far. It is ridiculously good. But the attachments we have are the full choke. This specifically builds into hipfire. Again, I really like hipfire in this game. I don't know why, I just do. But hipfire build for this is going to require a full choke. Again, you can put the suppressor on for the extra salvage drops. I like hipfire. It just feels pretty good on a shotgun, especially a semi-automatic one. For the barrel, we have the CHF barrel, which increases the headshot multiplier. Again, it's just more damage, and I just feel like it's kind of a no-brainer. In the foregrip, I feel like you can just pick whatever you really want here. I just have the Ranger grip because I don't really know why. I just do. But again, the first real important attachment here is going to be the extended mag 2. 20 rounds you get with this, and it goes up to 40 when PackAPunched, which is incredibly good for the boss fight on the Terminus map. So I highly recommend getting this unlocked as soon as possible. I think it's a level like 32 to 34 unlock, somewhere in that range. It is pretty deep in the weapon level, but it is highly worth getting unlocked as soon as possible. Again, a CQB grip just for the slide to fire and sprint to fire speed, a very, very good attachment. If you don't have this unlocked, again, assault grip is also going to be very good here. You're going to see like a lot of attachments that are kind of just used universally across guns because they are just very good. So again, we've got the light stock here for just all of the movement buffs. Steady aim laser. This is actually going to make it so your crosshair is just a tiny little circle on your screen, especially when paired with the full choke, which is why I think pairing this with their attachment is very good for this weapon rather than going for the suppressor for the extra salvage, because your hipfire is just going to be perfect. You're basically going to just be aiming without actually having to ADS. It's so strong on this gun. And finally, we have rapid fire, just for that increased fire rate. You can't really feel it a whole ton because it is only, I think, yeah, a 5% increase, but I kind of like it. It kind of works for me, so it's just what I've been running. So here we have the ASG shotgun in the Terminus boss fight, and I'm not gonna lie, I am currently like re-recording over an already published video on my channel, being my like first time beating Terminus solo. But in that video, I did use the shotgun throughout the entire Easter egg. And in the boss fight, it was incredibly, incredibly strong. Like, as you can see, that damage there that we just chunked off, look at his health just flying down. You're hitting him with so many bullets, so many pellets at the same time from, like, the buckshot, whatever it is that this gun fires. And it is just chunking health out of this enemy so goddamn quickly. It's actually kind of ridiculous. And even if we fast forward a little bit right down to like the final phase, you can see just how much damage we're doing to like his final crisp spots and whatever. It is an incredibly, incredibly strong gun. I will say though, it does kind of lack in damage against a lot of the enemies in the actual boss fight. The zombies, the elites, the amalgam especially, it does struggle a little bit there. It's not great. But other than that, the ASG is an incredibly, incredibly strong gun. And right here, you see we get the final kill with the ASG on the boss. No other weapons were used in this fight other than the shotgun. The video is on my channel if you want to go see it for yourselves. It was super, super good gun. Like, genuinely one of the best guns in this game. The final weapon we are going to be taking a look at today is the SVD sniper rifle. I know it doesn't look like anything amazing, but when PackAPunched, this gun actually turns into a shotgun sniper rifle hybrid, and it is ridiculously powerful. To be honest, this gun can easily take you to both round 50 and delete the Terminus boss, so honestly, just use it for whatever you feel like. But the attachments I'm running on it are the Kepler red dots. Again, just personal preference, choose whatever you like. I am also running the suppressor on this one. You can just pick one of these, but I do think the suppressor is the best for the extra salvage chance. I do think the long barrel is the best for this, as you do get that extra damage range, which does mean the shotgun hybrid version of this, when you're hip firing, does also have more range, which is very good. The precision handguard is probably the one thing I would remove from this when you unlock the fire rate or the rapid fire increase thing. You do unlock it at level 42. I'm currently level 27 with this, so I'm a little way off, but once I do get that unlocked, I am probably removing this handguard. Extended mag 2, pretty self-explanatory. I then have the commando riser for the ADS speed and the sprint to fire speed. Again, when you're ADS, sniper mode, I feel like it makes sense to have a bit of a bump in ADS speed, but I do also like the look of the CQB riser, mainly just for the movement speed. It looks pretty pretty good to me. You're going to be running around a lot, especially if you do take this into the Terminus boss fight or you're going for higher rounds. So this is probably pretty good for you. In the last two categories, we once again have the light stock. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Again, movement speed is a great bonus to have. And lastly, we have the steady aim laser just to make the hipfire spread much tighter, meaning hipfire is a lot more easier to do with the sniper rifle. And with all that said, let's go see what it can do. All right, straight out the gate, you can see we're putting up over 700 damage immediately, actually putting out over 1400 damage on the human enemies, but on the zombies, which are the main culprits here, we want to be fighting 715 damage, which is huge. And we do have 60 rounds in total straight out the gate. It doesn't sound like a lot, but considering you can one-tap mostly everything, it's pretty good. Okay, so now we've got our PackAPunch. You can see the crosshair has changed pretty drastically into a shotgun crosshair. And if I shoot at, say, this wall here, you can see we fire out 3 pellets aimed. We fire out 1, and we come into a group of zombies, and we just deal insane amount of damage. Ooh, and that double points is very nice. But then when you ADS, again, you're just dealing huge amount of damage, and the bullets just tear through zombies. And this is exceptionally good on Liberty Falls if you're running Napalm Burst, because this gun will just demolish things like the Abomination and the Manglers. Like, all around, I think this actually might be the best gun in the game, but we're just going to keep that between us, okay? That's why I put this at the end. But with all that said and done, I am going to grind out the rest of this Easter egg, and we're going to go see what it can do in the boss fight. All right, I decided to go a few extra rounds just to fully get this gun maxed out. And as you can see, almost immediately, the damage this gun is doing is pretty ridiculous. And the other good thing as well is you can two-shot the tentacles, like, so easily. So to, like, mitigate the amount of crap they're shooting at you the entire time, you just easily pop them twice, they're dead. It's super simple. The only issue I have with this gun, or with this current build, is the fire rate. Like, it is so slow. It's like, you definitely want to try and get this gun upgraded to the absolute maximum level as quickly as possible, just so you can get that extra bump in fire rate, because, like, without it, you can feel it. You can feel it. It's not the greatest. And as well, like, the lack of sprint to fire stuff as well, you can also really feel that as well. Like, it's not great. There are times that you're, like, you're trying to shoot as you come out of a sprint and you just can't. It does kind of suck. But, like, even now, just look at the damage this thing is doing. It's just chunking his health down. Like, I know it's slower than the other shotgun. Like, this is an actual shotgun. But, like, you know what I mean. Like, the actual normal shotgun we showcased, yeah, it's slower. But, like, if you're looking for something that's just, like, pretty fun to use, will absolutely destroy as well all of, like, the regular zombies that spawn. Like the amalgamations and the manglers and whatever that jump you during like the 3rd phase. This weapon is great for that as well. I think my only issues with it really are like the movement, like I said, and just a lack of ammo. But all the problems aside, the damage is pretty goddamn nice. Another really good thing about this gun as well, when you are in sniper mode, the bullet penetration seems to be really, really good. So like you can very easily take down full lines of zombies super easily. And like I said, the manglers, the elites just go down so easy. Because like one of the main problems I have with this boss fight when using the ASG is just dealing with the sheer amount of enemies that spawn. Like dealing with the boss is pretty easy. Dealing with like all the regular zombies, that's a bit of a pain in the ass. This gun just tears through them. Like another great thing is just being able to pick him off from distance with the damage you can do is great. Like you aim sniper mode, and if you can hit that crit spot, you're doing so much damage from range. And like it cleans house so easily on his tentacle part as well. Like dealing like 5,000 damage a shot, I think, and the amalgamation that spawns in, look at that. Like yeah, Deadwire's doing a lot of the heavy lifting there, but my god, the damage, very nice. There's that big blast attack, we get back to it. Oh, there's an amalgam, god damn it. Kind of forgot you were gonna be spawning. But like, look at that. No issues dealing with him in the boss fight. Oh god, he grabbed me. Let go. I am very glad though that that big slam he does also kill all the regular zombies. Alright, we can block out that attack for shooting his eyes. We go back at it. And it just cruises through this fight. No issues at all. Don't even need any weak spots, just going at him and it's done. Like, took me 5 minutes, and just like that, SVD. 1. If you have found this video helpful, please drop a like and subscribe for more Black Ops 6 content. If there are also any other guns that you're using that you think are pretty worthy of being titled Overpowered or just very good in general, of course let me know down in the comments as well. I might make a video on them in the future, who knows. But with that, my name has been Satch, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.